This story began in 2022. For some very obvious reasons, we started experiencing massive blackouts. But while the world went dark, I still had deadlines to meet. I needed my PC for work, and the laptop just wasn't going to cut it. So I decided to build my own power solution from the ground up. Normally, when you need to run your setup of a battery, you'd reach for a standard inverter. But there is a catch. Actually, it's a total trap. You go from DC to AC, then back to DC. It's a conversion nightmare. If you throw an MPPT into the mix, you're looking at a triple conversion. My math showed that 40% of my precious energy was just disappearing into thin air as heat. Not exactly efficient, right? Then it hit me. My lead-acid batteries run at 12 volts. My PC runs on 12 volts. Even my monitor consumed 12 volts from its power adapter. That's a match made in heaven. So I set out to cut the middleman and connect everything directly. My first candidate was this tiny Pico PSU from AliExpress. It's super compact, but there is a catch. It hates smooth swings. A 12 volts battery actually fluctuates between 10 and 14 volts. Since the 20 volts rail on these boards is directly connected to the input, I risk frying my components or just crashing constantly. Sure, there are wide voltage DC to DC converters that can buck or boost, but they are pricey. So I decided to go big. I wired two batteries in series for 24 volts and bought a heavy-duty 24 to 12 volt step-down converter. So I received lower discharge current as a bonus. It worked for a while, but as soon as my GPU actually started working, the system would just black out. The sticker on Pico PSU said 450 watts, but I have a slight suspicion that Chinese watts are measured differently than regular ones. Let's just say I wasn't convinced. I needed something with actual oomph. I looked into this 500 watts device from HDPlex. It's the gold standard for DC ATX, but it's harder to find than the RAM at MSRP. So back to AliExpress I went and found this. It is a 500 watt DC ATX board. Look like it's a reliable option. I left links in the description for you. It's got everything: the 24-pin ATX, two 8-pin connectors for the CPU and GPU, 4 SATA ports, and even the old school Molex. There is even a dedicated fan header and power switch pins. So it's time for a total rebuild. Out with the old, in with the new. I am reusing this old Chief-Tech 650 watts housing. I am swapping the standard AC socket for an XT60 connector, the goat of DIY power connectors. The new board is about 16 cm long, and since there is no massive high voltage transformer, there is so much room for activities. now the DIY struggle. The included ATX cable was way too short. I couldn't find a replacement online, so I did what any sane person would do. I harvested connectors from old power supplies and soldered my own. Pro tip: if you do this, double check every single pin. One wrong wire and you are turning your motherboard into an expensive paperweight. My custom cable ended up being a comfortable 40 cm. The GPU cable was fine, but the CPU cable was not. Yeah, I had to custom build that one too. Luckily, my junk drawer is actually a gold mine for parts. Soldering the XT60 was straightforward. I split the input into two lines. And added an additional wire for the power switch. So time to check. I plugged it in, it went into standby mode. And it lives. It actually works. But I couldn't just leave the connector dangling. Let's fabricate a custom mount to keep everything solid. And that's how it looks like. Also, even though this board runs cool, I don't trust passive cooling, or passive anything. I installed the quietest fan I could find to give it a gentle breeze. I had to drill some new holes, because the original fan was a bit of a unit. Classical ATX test. Jump in the green and black wires to start. And it works like a charm. So it's time for the final assembly. I ran a 3-meter cable to my battery bank to power up the entire setup. And now, the moment of truth. Just listen to it. Honestly, the PC is dead silent. I'm calling this a massive win. No more 40% energy tax, just pure DC efficiency. If you want to see a follow-up with more detailed efficiency measurements, let me know. What do you think? Would you trust your gaming rig with a custom DC to DC setup? Let me know in the comments, hit the subscribe button, and may your DIY ideas always come to life.